back, rivals. This is Xonia, and you are in the zone. It's been a while, and I promised I'd come back for the Queen Mother, and, well, here I am. I just wanted to let you guys know that I've been super busy at work. That's why I didn't get anything out last weekend. I had just a billion things to do over the weekend. It's the end of the school year, and so it's super busy right now, but then in a week or two it's gonna die down, so that's kind of the good news. As far as things outside of the game, for those interested, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go since Gen 2 was released. I've got 210 caught right now. I've gotten 2 Evo items, an upgrade, and a Dragon Scale. I'm only missing Cyndaquil's evolutions. I've got the other 2 all the way through: Snubbull, Swinub, Wobbuffet, Tyrogue, and of course Mareep and Larvitar, and all of the evolutions of those. And I have not even seen an unknown yet. I've really only seen one on the countrywide scanner that still works here in Japan, so obviously they're pretty rare. I just need one more to hit the gold Johto medal, and I'll have 70 caught from the Johto Pokemon, so doing pretty good right now. Been really enjoying that. In fact, I've got the countrywide scanner running right now to see if anything pops up while I'm doing video, so of course you won't see it, but I may have to pause this and run out and catch something. Anyway, I've also been playing Fire Emblem Heroes a lot recently. That's been really fun on my iPhone. I did not re-roll, but my team is all 5 stars and level 40s. I've got Takumi, Hector, Tharja, and Ephraim. So pretty good team. I also have level 40 5 stars for Corin Mail, Lynn, and a second Takumi, believe it or not. I've also got a 4-star Cordelia at 40, a 3-star Narcian at 39, 4-star Felicia and Stall at 38, and a 3-star Corin Female at 38, along with a 3-star Clarine at 36. I've even got a 4-star Marth and Robin Male too, both of them sitting at 20, and I'll probably upgrade my Robin Male to 5-star soon with all my feathers, so I'll have another 5-star Mage since Tharja's the only one there. But Tharja's really a beast and really rips through Hector's like no one's business, so she's definitely done her job. I've admittedly gotten very lucky on my summoning sessions, and you know, having both Takumi and Hector means I've got the 2 best characters in the game, arguably. And so as a result, I've pretty much finished everything the game has, and I've just been completing new content as it comes out. But I've really been enjoying Fire Emblem Heroes, so if you haven't tried that game, I'd also recommend it if you've got a little extra time. But of course, you are first. At least that's what I'm supposed to say. Well, that's all my outside news, aside from one final thing that I wanted to announce. My wife and I are expecting this coming August, so that's obviously really great news. However, as far as these videos are concerned, I'm unsure if I can continue to make them once our second arrives, and perhaps even before that. That's really made me reflect a lot on the state of things in my life, and how things are going with my daughter now, and what it's going to be like when we have 2. And so I'd like to announce that I'm obviously still going to be around in the game. I'm not quitting UR by any means. But sadly, I just don't know if I can spend the time it takes to make these every week. I'm going to be limited to maybe 5 minutes of quiet in between children screaming and yelling, and you know, it's no longer 2-on-1, it's going to be 1-on-1, and so it's going to be full-time duty. I'm going to do my best to release on New Bloods, for all the New Blood releases up until my second is born, but I can only really say that I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 videos out a month until then, so if I just don't have time one weekend after a New Blood release, I'll try to release it all 4 and do the 8 character releases at the end of the month. And then after that, I'm just going to have to reevaluate whether or not I can do any of these at all. Since we have no other family in Japan, it's basically just me and my wife, and there's no free babysitting. You know, we don't have family or parents that we can send our kids to for the weekend to try and gain our sanity back just a little bit. And babysitting is not even a thing in Japan. People do not babysit. It's nothing like it is back in the U.S. I don't know how it is around the rest of the world. If you want to leave me a comment on that down below, I'd be pretty interested, actually. So I'm really sorry for the bad news, guys, but you know, that's kind of life and how it goes. Maybe once my second gets old enough, I might be able to come back and do some more, which I would look forward to. But for anyone else interested in picking up the UR mantle that I've done thus far, I'm going to plan to use some of my free time between the school semesters, which is going to be in about a month, to try and make a couple how-to videos for anyone who's interested in picking up after me and wants to make videos kind of like mine. And I'll just kind of explain bit by bit how I've done my videos, and that way anyone who watches these and really enjoys them can go ahead and kind of do it on their own as well. And maybe even some of the data that I have made on some of the other clans that I have not had a chance to present yet, I may make that I'll link to it maybe down below in the description in one of these videos, so that you can go ahead and use that as well, and it'd be a good start, hopefully, for some of you in order to maybe do the next New Blood review, or try and do something like that as well. Anyway, guys, so sorry for a bit of the bad news, but let's go ahead and get into all of our cards that have been released recently. So we've got 12, I believe, that I need to cover right now. So let's go ahead and start first off with the releases that were on the 20th of January. Hoffman, Ginger, Donald, and there was one more when they rebranded El Gringo, but it didn't show up here, so I'm gonna go to a different page. First up, we've got Hoffman, 7/2, 2-star rare for Geist with consume 1 pill min 4. I actually really like this card. I think he's going to do very well in the future. Obviously, consume 1, min 4. Min 4 is a little high, but consuming pills, especially in a clan like Geist where pills are a big deal, this is a really good kind of first-round card. But he is going to clash with other of the poison cards that are also very common in Geist. So if you're running poison, you're probably not going to be able to fit Hoffman. Well, you'll be able to fit Hoffman in there, but there's then going to be a little bit of a clash there between whether you want to remove the pills or you want to threaten for the life gap as well. And so probably it means Hoffman is going to be more like a second round, but because it's consume, you go ahead and you do get that first round immediately afterwards, so that's really good. And at only 2 stars, that makes him very easy to fit into the deck. 7/2, very solid stats that you could, is as good as you could hope for Geist, and so I think he's a really great 2-star card you definitely want to pick up, and maybe one of the better ones in the clan as well, especially because of the consume. Then we've got Ginger, 7/2, 2-star with Reprisal Stop Op bonus, common for Pussycats. With Stop Op bonus is always going to be great, obviously a lesser version of Lucy, but Reprisal is a very good kind of if you're going to be conditional. Reprisal is one of the ones you definitely do want to have. 2 damage means that she's not useless with just 1 damage. Obviously, she's got the DR as well, so she'll be able to cut through, especially the damage reducer or the plus damage clans with her stop op bonus, and then also being able to reduce the damage further by a 2. A great kind of defeat card, just again making it very strong for Pussycats to be one of those decks that's just kind of like old, and then nuke you on round 4, and then it's just kind of over, or hit you round 1, and then just old to victory. So really great 2-star card, but only a common. Obviously, you need the Reprisal, so not the best out there. There are other very strong 2-stars in Pussycats, but Ginger is a very solid choice, especially for beginners. And people that are new to the Pussycats clan. So I highly recommend picking her up, especially if you're new to the clan. And even if you're old and you've been playing Pussycats forever, she's going to be a great addition that you may definitely use. Then we've got Donald as well. 3 stars, -3 op damage, min 2. So solid DR here at the 3-star slot for Rescue. Obviously, Rescue has a lot of very strong 3-star cards. Very hard to choose between them. But since DR is kind of the wall plus DR is basically the Rescue thing right now, Donald is just fantastic. And you got the 4 damage, which means that you're really going to have to worry about letting him get through. But, it's not super overpowered. I think they've done a pretty good job of balancing him, and he's only got the 6 power, so he's not going to be going too much further in. But overall, this is an extremely solid, great rare card for the Rescue clan, especially at the 3-star slot. Definitely going to make choosing your 3-star much, much harder, and I definitely would recommend using him in your decks if you've got him. Our last card that was released was El Gringo. We'll go ahead and show the full art for that one. El Gringo, for those who aren't aware, or for those who are watching this long after, El Gringo used to be a All-Stars card. Now his name is, Jacques? I don't remember right now. Basically, they changed his name, and he lost the battle versus Noctezuma, and now he is part of the Hurricane clan, and the L of El Gringo has come back to where it really belonged in the first place. Just a great card here. Again, he's got the same power, -2 op power, min 6, and then +1 attack per life. Obviously, the bonus makes him very, very deadly. He's going to have that attack per life, but obviously in later rounds, if you've lost life, he's not going to be quite as damaging. Of course, the power manipulation is only down to 6, but people have really enjoyed kind of the reduction of power plus power reduction and plus attack or minus attack. Attack manipulation is very, very strong in this game, and so El Gringo fits in quite well. 6/7 means, it's good, but that 6 power just makes him very, very kind of fragile, especially versus very low power reduction. But even versus a lot of those power reducers, he's going to have the +1 attack per life left. I don't know if I can say if he's better or worse than the actual All-Stars card. It's just going to depend on the situation, but overall, I think El Gringo is going to be a good card. He's not going to be super broken. He's not going to completely crush certain cards like he did, so I think he's a little less kind of round-breaking than his All-Stars counterpart, but still, very solid card that is going to fill out quite well, especially when there are bans in the clan, and with 7 damage, you're definitely not going to be complaining about that. Up next, we've got the cards that came out on February 3rd, Shumi, Teriel, Daniela, and Dr. Six. Obviously, I was very excited for Teriel. I really like Undertale, so that was a great little nod there. Shumi, here we've got 4 stars, rare for All-Stars, victory or defeat +1 life, and 8/4. So we're looking at something like an 8/5, and then you've got the 10 power, essentially, virtual 10 power. Great balanced 4-star card, really good for All-Stars. Seeing those 8 power All-Stars cards are really, really scary. But with only the 5 life gap, that makes it kind of a difficult card. It's going to force you to play a lot more around the whole, are they actually going in on this one? You're going to have to be really careful with your pills and manage and try and probably win 3 rounds because it's not going to be a huge, huge gap. However, with the victory or defeat +1 life, it does mean that Shumi has some defensive capabilities, which is really, really nice. I mean, ultimately, all you really need from a card in a defensive capability is enough to stop the one-hit KO, and with the victory or defeat +1 life, the plus life is going to happen before a lot of the minus life and the extra damage, and so that's really about all you need, and so it does really well. I really wish they'd made Shumi like 8/5 victory defeat +1 life, but then it probably would have been much more likely to get banned. Overall, very strong rare card that I definitely would recommend trying out and seeing. If you really like the All-Stars clan and you understand how to use them and you can pill well, Shumi is going to be an excellent, excellent addition to your All-Stars clan. Teriel, fantastic reference. 6/2, 2 stars, Jungo uncommon, -1 op attack per life left, down to a min of 6. So her power and the min are going to be equal as long as she isn't going against, like the minus attack manipulation clans that have min 3. She's not going to have to pill it all in order to do that. It does provide that well and much needed attack manipulation in Jungo, and she is not just 1 damage. Which really is the kind of thing that makes her a lot better than Mindy. Mindy is 7/1, Teriel's a 6/2. Mindy is a set 10, but Teriel can easily be played early on, which a lot of the cards in Jungo also can. It's nice to have a leading card that you can use for Jungo, and so I honestly think Teriel is going to be better all around, and especially since Jungo clan in and of itself is all about life gain. That's going to make it a lot easier to use Teriel even later. If you take some damage, then you can win another round before throwing Teriel and get 2 of those attack manipulation back, and that can really mess with the opponent when they have to constantly be trying to calculate, well, what if they win, what if they lose, because you're constantly going to be changing what her variable attack manipulation is going to be. So overall, I think of the low power damage reducers, I really like Teriel, and maybe even Teriel at the 2-star is going to be able to allow you to remove, is it Ronald? I think Ronald's the turtle. It's going to let you remove the bowling armadillo. I can't remember his name right now. It's been too long. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you know who I'm talking about. The 3-star attack manipulation. Is it Rodney? I think it's Rodney. He starts with an R. Anyway, I should have probably just looked this up before I started. Sorry, guys. But basically, with that, you might be able to free that up, and there are a lot of really good 3-star cards in your Jungo clan, and so putting Teriel as your attack manipulation down at just 2 stars, very, very good option that you have now here in Jungo. Then we've got Daniela, common, skills, 4-star card, 7/5 with +1 attack per pills left. Obviously, this is going to work better in a half deck than a card like Frankenstein, Dr. Falkenstein, and then, but obviously it's not going to be as good as Falkenstein's kind of ability since it is support-based. And Daniela, though, still with 7/5, that's pretty good, and of course it's going to have the protection, but sadly, that protection doesn't matter at all versus cards from the Raptors clan, and so it almost makes it kind of a moot point. You're only going to be 7/5 at that point, but a 7/5 with attack manipulation, you've seen a card like Phasa, which is really good. Obviously Daniela also very good, but since she's only a common and you can do better with Falkenstein, I wouldn't recommend her necessarily at the 4-star slot, but a good starter card for people just getting into Steels. So definitely pick her up if you're new to the clan, and if you're a little bit older, then there's no hurry really. And then we got Dr. Six, the 2-star rare card for uppers, confidence, power, and damage +2. This card is essentially, a lot of people have shown, like the old Gale LD, the original one with the confidence, power, and damage, making him up to an 8/5, which is absolutely crazy. As far as damaging 2-stars go, there haven't been a lot of really great 2-stars in the uppers clan, so Dr. Six is definitely a force to be reckoned with, kind of really starting to make that threat very apparent on the 2-hit KO. Thankfully, or sadly, depending on how you look at it, he only gets up to 5 damage, which means that 6 is kind of the magic number in uppers, because a lot of their cards have 6, not a lot have 7 damage. But Dr. Six is still going to be able to kind of finish off with that 2-hit KO if you play a card like Dorian, assuming you have one. And 5 damage is certainly nothing to scoff at for a 2-star. Confidence, obviously not the greatest thing ever, but there are a lot of other confidence cards, and I just don't think that there are a whole lot of amazing 2-star cards. I mean, obviously you do have certain 2-star cards that are quite good. People like Wendell because he's got the SOA, but again, he's also confidence. People really like the Walls and obviously Salzburg, that you can throw in there as well, but again, Salzburg is kind of the defeat with no real DR against it. Like, you better be able to KO if you've got Salzburg in there, because if you can't, then there's really no point in having him. You're just going to eat all the damage for that round. And then, of course, there's the dog. I can't remember his name now. Joe starts with a J. The big wall. And so I would really recommend Dr. Six is probably one of the first and foremost 2-stars for the uppers clan right now. So really, really solid 2-star release. And then finally, we've got the latest release where we've got Cerebra, Orfeo, Hercule, and Maana, Cercei. Obviously very, very good cards here. We've got Cerebra, 3-star, common card for the Frozen with power equals power op, and then revenge, power, and damage +2. Obviously this is going to be a really good card because of the revenge, power, and damage +2, but without it, very kind of glass cannony, a lot easier to stop. However, that 6 damage is really, really tempting here on a Frozen card, even though he's going to be absolutely wrecked by SOA, so clearly he's got the really good kind of plus-minus going on there for him. But if he works, then that's 6, potentially 8 damage from a 3-star card. That is crazy. Then we've got Orfeo, 3-star common for the Freaks clan with Regen 4, Max 4, and 8/3. So the 8 power is fantastic, 3 damage, really good. Regen 4, that's crazy, but it's only a Max 4, which essentially means, the point of this card is that if you don't finish us off, then we're going to Max 4 heal up above our minimum on the actual damage. And so all of a sudden with Orfeo in the deck, if you've got really, really big DR in there, for example, like if you're packing Orfeo along with even cards like Soshi, -3, -3, or you're packing really big DR like the other 5-star card, Rhino, it's going to be really hard for your opponent to actually finish you off. And of course, the one thing about Freaks was always, like, oh, -3, that's actually pretty high, and that's one of the things I never really liked. But with Orfeo in there, you're going to Regen back up at the end to 4, which is 1 above, not a tie. And that makes Orfeo a really, really dangerous card, especially when combined in a DR deck. You hit Orfeo in the first round, and as long as he's got poison with him, that's going to be a really scary thing. So don't underestimate this card just because it's a common. I think for new players it's going to be a little tricky to pull off playing him because you really need the support cards in order to make this card work. If you don't have it, then he is pretty much trash, because it's not that hard to KO there unless you've got some insane DR, which means he's also going to be a little bit better in T1 formats. So look out for Orfeo in T1 formats. But a very, very good card I would definitely pick up, especially if you're a strategical kind of player. And then we got Hercule, 4-star uncommon from the Berserk Backlash, -1 Pillsman for 9/5. absolutely crazy, amazing power. Hercule, very, very big fan of this card. Obviously 9 power is fantastic, the 5 damage is fantastic as well. The backlash is only -1 min 4, which means that you can save him for later and finish off with Hercule. He's going to have that base 5 damage, which is very strong. Obviously, this is the kind of card that you really want to see in Berserk, and so I really recommend you pick this card up. I think he's going to become very staple-like in the future as well. I don't really see a lot of things replacing him because he's pretty much no downside with such a high min as well. Very, very good card. So please make sure you pick up a Hercule before he gets out of packs. And then we've got Maana Cercei. 8/8, 5-star for Hive, the one we've all been waiting for. Defeat, recover 2 pills out of 3, equalizer, -3, min 5. Absolutely beast of a card. A lot of people are saying, oh, this card is so broken. It's so, and I mean, honestly, it is. It's a very broken card. But honestly, guys, you know, if you look at this, there's really no defensive value to Maana Cercei. Can't really do anything. DR completely affects her 100%. And of course, that's the same with many of the other big 5s and all that, but, I mean, think of Ymira. Like, Ymira is truly the most broken of cards, because with the cancel ability, she's both offensive and defensive. You can't stop her, you can't even DR her unless you've got SOA. I mean, you're basically just completely hosed if you go up against Ymira. Ymira was the most OP card that has been released in a very, very long time, possibly ever, for Urban Rivals. And so Maana Cercei here is a card to help try and rival a card like that. Obviously with Equalizer -3 is going to be up to -15, which means up to 7 pills Maana Cercei can beat, even on Revenge, a Ymira. However, you know, she's still got that huge DR mark on her, and so I would say she is broken, but she is not like unbelievably broken as much as some people have said. She definitely can be dealt with, especially in the T2 format. Maybe not in T1. In T1, she's pretty much going to eat everything alive. But overall, this is a very, very strong card. Obviously, you want to get a hold of her. Very hard to get a hold of her. A lot of people have been thinking that her drop rate is almost like 0, it feels like. But I love the artwork. I love the whole idea behind it. The defeat just makes it even better. So yes, even if you lose, she can help bring about that KO through another card that you have in your hand. And 8/8, you know, basically perfect stats. There's nothing you can complain about there. This card is amazing, clearly. But I do not at all think she is on the same level as Ymira. I simply don't. I don't even think she's on the same level as the other B5s. I think she's very close. I think she is slightly under them, but I would not even put her on the same level as many of the B5s because, you know, honestly, she's 100% not very good at any kind of defensive ability. The only thing she's good at is, as long as you can't KO me straight out the bat, I can basically just force you to pill and stop my one-hit KO. She's a lot like a slightly more, she's like a buffed Tsubame, and obviously Tsubame is great, one of the best cards in the game, very high up there, but Maana Cercei even higher than that, even better than that. So ultimately, that is my review. And do I even need to say that you should definitely get a hold of her? I've already recorded my pack videos, so I'm going to go ahead and play that after this. I think I did my intro in that as well, so sorry, don't get too confused, but I hope you enjoyed these reviews. Sorry it wasn't quite as laid out as normally in the past, but I hope you can understand with as busy as things have been recently for me, and I'm looking forward to continue just playing UR and helping any of you. So obviously if you find my channel and you kind of go, oh, it looks like he's finished, and you watch this video, I'm still going to be around in the game, so go ahead and PM me, feel free anytime. But otherwise, I think my uploads are not going to be guaranteed to be every week. It's going to be a little less often now. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy my pack opening, and let's see what I end up getting. Alright guys, so here we are at the shop. We're going to go ahead and open a couple packs now. It's been a while. I'm going to try and do this as fast as I can. I'm not going to give as long of an explanation as normal because this video is going to be longer anyway. But basically, I just wanted to go ahead and open my packs and see how I can do faring for the new Queen Mother Maana Cercei. I've got 1,600 credits right now, so I'm going to buy a couple Armageddon, and then I'll probably finish off with some Mega New Blood. Now, basically, I've read a lot of the forums in the last day or two, and a lot of people have been saying in the Mega New Blood packs the drop rate is really low. So that's why I'm going to be going for Armageddon. I probably would have gone for Armageddon anyway, because overall, this would have been in my pack video, but because the pack keeps changing, I have to keep redoing it. You're going to end up getting quite a few more rares here. And so because of that, if we assume that the drop rate is equal for everyone, or even if the drop rate remains static, and let's say if you roll for one and you already have it, you re-roll in order to not get any doubles, because doubles never come in a pack, then basically that means that your chance to get it is going to go up with each rare that you remove from the pool. And so Armageddon gives more rare chances, so if you can get a small enough pool, even though you have to add 5 clans, you're going to be a little bit better off with Armageddon. Plus, there's just a whole lot in here, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that. So obviously, we want the new Hive guys, because that's the clan. That's the clan here. Frozen, we lost Ymira CR, so honestly, Frozen is probably not one of the best bets, you know? Riots has very few rares and has a lot of really good stuff that's great to pull out. Berserk has always been pretty strong, and being able to get Cortez, and of course we want to aim for those really big cards right now. So we are going to go ahead and go with Hurricane as well, because we want Hive, we're going for Maana, Cercei, Hurricane, of course we want the Quetzal, and then for Berserk we want X-Rob. Then we're going to go with Riots, and then who do we want our other ones to be? I mean, obviously I guess we'll go with Raptors, because we've got some really big ones here. So between these 5 clans, we've got a lot of very big cards that we can possibly get. Hopefully this will do it. So let's go ahead and dive in. We'll open our first one. Oh, let's hope that we get Maana, Cercei in our first pack. That would be fantastic. First Armageddon pack. It's been a while, guys. It's good to be making videos again. Alright, well, we don't see it here in the first 2 lines, so that's fine. We got Stygia, Flush, Zarya. Fantastic 5-star rare. Zarya, definitely want to get a hold of her. Cancels pretty much everything. You better hope you have DR. Tabasco Fire, completely trash rare, whatever. Gems, Kenji Noel, La Rosa, Mio, very good 3-star card with the SOB. I would definitely recommend picking her up for now, but we'll see in time if she continues to be very strong. But that SOB is really going to help out her her bonus, which is very good. Hilly Billy, Milo's one of the best 4-stars, hands down. Very great card. I already see a couple good ones down there. Strigoi, very good 4-star card. Even though he's got the backlash, you're probably going to want to use him, but you're going to want to use him in the later rounds. Cayman Cade, Revok, Molder, Geo, La Iguana, Aegis, fantastic card there. Aegis, ooh, another good one there. Aegis, fantastic 5-star card, especially in T2 format. Gonna just mow over the opponent with both of his equalizer bonuses, being 10 power with -15. Just crazy card. La Cobra, pretty much a trash 5-star. Nobody really uses her. Annie, Capri, Conrad. Conrad, very good 4-star card with the poison. Very good to double up with a card that's got -3. The other one in their clan that I can't remember right now, the drummer. I'll remember it later. Clive, yeah. Alexandria, Oakley, Un Noel, Ratchik, Def Blake, PR Hyde. Good, we got Hyde. That's good. Lobezna, Archimedes, Scarol, El Matador. Good 4-star card with the bonus with the +2 life on courage rounds. Very good for using with his bonus. But, you know, well, he's not the best 4-star card, but he's pretty good. He's a very solid card all around, so I would still use him as one of my 4-stars unless you've got another specific thing you want for your deck. Esther, Miss Derby, Queen Octana, very good 5-star card with all of the pill return on it. But, you know, there are a lot of really good 5-stars in Riot, so you probably won't actually end up using her. And then we got Norman, Brutus, Gemini, 13, which is another great 5-star card, obviously in Hive, not getting the Maana Cercei, it seems like this time around. But basically 8 power with 8 damage, but the 8 damage is split, so very good against DR. Belly Buster, Miss Sloan, 6/9, one of the only 9 damage base power cards, or the only 9 damage base power card in the game. So if you can get her off, great. Rocket, Ranesh, El Mercurio. Ranesh is a little better than some people say, but with the Revenge, he's really just not the greatest, with only 6 power here in Berserk. Lindsay, good as a semi-evo card, but otherwise not the best 3-star card at all. If you're going to run her, your runner is a 2-star, and that's going to be burned through really fast, so just sell her off to ELO players. Agnes, very good card. Delta, Derby Queen, Lucky, Chip, Rudy, Daryl, Miho, Ray Mono, Ryujin, Taylor, great 5-star card with the SOB, but only 7. You've got better options. Petit Coq, Melinda, Pandagran, pretty much trash 5-star card. Not horrible. He does get the 8 power, which is good, but has to be on a revenge round, which means he's going to have less of his bonus, so you can find better 5 stars. Un and Hector. Alright, so we did manage to go ahead and get one of those cards new. Go ahead and get another pack. I'm gonna keep going. We got some pretty good cards in there. We get not some of the really pricey cards, but definitely some very solid cards in that pack, so I was very happy with that Armageddon. I'd be surprised if we didn't make it to the 1,000 credits per points limit. Let's go ahead and buy another one. Of course, if you buy the Mega New Blood, you're going to have a chance to get more chances to try and get something amazing. Oh, good. We got the new we got the new El Gringo. Yeah, because he's got the Hurricane. All right, El Cactus, Chip, Sprinter, Lola Noel, El Gringo, the new one, Capri, Kylo Ren, Alexandria, Jason, Walkie, Wild, great 4-star card with the defeat with no real min, so that's fantastic. You will want to use him if you're going in a KO deck. Kenji Noel, Arachnot, Geo, Rattle, very good 3-star card. Obviously Rattle, very dominant card. Marjorie, great 5-star card with all of her protection, but there's a lot of good stuff in Berserk, so she runs into competition. Daryl, Violet, Irwigo, Ratchik, Burghardt, Strigia, Taylor, we already talked about Norman, Gems, Gus, Mr. Polo, Zapatino, Kenji, Raymano, Beef, Cage, Troy, Hector, Cornelia, Petit Coke, Lindsay, Drummond, Fraser, Octana, Argos, Derby Queen, Norma, Pandagran, Hillybilly, La Cavalera, again another trash 5-star. All these. Oh, we see. There we go. We got another Pericles and another Aegis. Good job. Great pack. Tekuman, De Couture, El Matador, Uma, Pericles. Very good 5-star card. You just have to look out because with the growth damage, he's gonna be very low on damage in the first couple rounds. Lenora, Bones, Lenora, very good, very good 4-star card. Very offensive or defensive because of the cancel off damage. Maybe one of the better 5-star cards or 4-star cards in Riots. Boomstock, Misery, Devil Dog, Rudy, July, Lucky Noel, and Mim. Alright, so no such luck here either. So we're gonna go ahead and get another pack. I was really hoping some of these Armageddons would turn up some of the big ones for me here. I'll buy one more and then maybe I'll go ahead and dive in anyway for the other New Bloods and just test my luck with the other Mega New Bloods. I'm gonna spend everything I've got pretty much today, guys, so that's that. Alright, we already see Zarya starting us off, so that's really good. Iguana, Pilsnader, Rocket, Moro, Zarya, Grace, Hillybilly, Taylor, here we go. Green D, great 2-star card with all of the DR that you can get. See a really good one down there. So Green D is probably one of the best kind of 2-star cards you can ask for with the 4 in the last round of growth DR. Very good 2-star. Miss Derby Queen, Mio, Roger, Emperor Sloan. Yeah, great 5-star card, obviously. But when she hits DR, she's basically useless. But as far as a wall goes, probably one of the best in the games. El Mercurio, PR Balthazar, fantastic card, PR Balthazar. Love him to death. SOA 8/6. Probably one of the best SOA cards for 5 stars that I can think of. But of course, there are other very good ones. But I like that 8 power on him. That's the real kind of selling factor to me. An 8 power SOA is really good. Burghardt, Leopold, La Calavera, Strigia, Grouchy, decent little 2-star card. Returns the pills, but is only 7/2. So I mean, he's good, but he's not gonna like completely destroy the opponent unless you manage to perfect pill them almost. Lola Noel, Harmonia, Lucky, Melinda. We got Pandagran, again, Kenji Noel, Shaker, great 3-star card, again, cancel off damage, so offensive or defensive, great, both ways kind of card. Beef, Beef, horrible card. Esther, Dracora is just fantastic, a great 5-star card if you're going for those KOs, but those one-hit KOs, but, you know, well, what are you gonna do? Oh, the ELO Fighting Championships, I just noticed that, that's how slow I am, guys, sorry about that. The ELO Fighting Championship symbol. Bellybuster, El Cactus, Rudy, Noel, Flush, Ranesh, Lumberjack, one of the only base 8 power cards until the new ones that just came out recently. Elmer, Capri, Costner, Nameko, Gaduchika, Mr. Polo, Geo, Gum, Miss Sloan. This was a really good pack. Miss Sloan, Tekuman, Cayman Kid, La Solarosa, Gus, Ratchek, Petite Coke, Cortez. Great card, even with the backlash. He's an 8/8. You can't complain about that. Cage Troy, Un, Fuerza Ciega, Norma, Cornelia, and Sprinter. So those were all really good. This is a very good pack. PR Balthazar, Empress Sloan, and Cortez. With some other very good ones like Dracora in there as well. Shaker, over 20. PR Balthazar, of course. Very good pack. Alright, so let's go back. Since I am running low on time, you know I normally love to do these packs one at a time, but I think I'm gonna go ahead. What do we need? If this Armageddon is 340, that means I've got basically 300 to do this. Should I just do all 7 at once and just get it over with? Sure, why not? I don't normally like doing this, but hopefully if we pull 7 in a row, hopefully that'll give us something that we're looking for. There's a Phasa. Okay, well, we'll just keep going. Phasa, great 4-star card with the combination between her two. Her ability and bonus with the plus attack and then canceling everything, and 7 power, fantastic card. Ginger, Chip, Sam, Langren, Vixen, Pilsenator, Unoel, Langren, Daniela, another Phasa, Sando, Ginger, PR Hyde, McNeil, there's Turg, of course, Fast Johnny, Turg, everyone dislikes him for the most part, so yeah, so be it. What are you gonna do? I don't think he's that bad, but he's also not amazing. Noel, Orfeo, so he's the new one. Sam, PR Hyde, Nebula, Sam, Kurt. I'm glad I finally got a Kurt. Looks like we got another Kurt down here. Ginger, Langren, Cerebra. We got Cerebra, good. Mio, Kurt again, Kylo Ren, Sam, Chip, Nebula, Onna, Noel, El Gringo, Kylo Ren, Arachna, Kurt again, Daniela, Turg, Ginger, and another Phasa, Kylo Ren, Onna, El Gringo, Chip, Phasa, Sam, and Fast Johnny. See, this is the kind of thing people were saying, and this, I mean, honestly, this is the kind of thing that really does put me off, and, I mean, I opened 7 packs. How many Phasa do I have? 1, 2, 3. 7 packs, I have 3 Phasa, I have 2 Kurt. No, 3 Kurt? Yeah, 3 Kurt, 3 Phasa, 3 Kurt, 1, 2, and 2 Turg. 3 Phasa, 3 Kurt, and 2 Turgs. That's, and a Mio. Okay, and we got 1 Mio. That's pretty ridiculous. Like, in 7 packs, I should not only get 4. Like, I got 2 extra rares. I got 9 rares out of 7 packs, and only 4 different rares. That's pretty sad. You know, like, that's the kind of thing that's very discouraging, and so that's why I'm not going to continue with these. At least I can make my money back and hopefully buy Maana Cercei, the Armageddon, if I absolutely must. So be it. I don't feel like those credits right there were a waste. I mean, they're fine. I wanted to give it a shot, but maybe if I'd done it one at a time, maybe it would have gone better. Who knows? All right, well, we got one last chance. We got one last chance for Maana Cercei. Let's see if we can somehow magically pull her. It's not really that big of a deal. We've done pretty good so far, so no reason. We start out with Phasa. Okay, Strigoi again. Okay, Phasa Gray, Jeffrey, Strigoi, Daryl, Geo, PR Hartnell, Uma, Cage Troy, Melinda, Petite Coke, Esther, Drummond, Argos, Devil Dog, Raymano, Jason, Kenji, El Chiquito, Miss Derby Queen, Lumia, Quetzal. There we go. We finally got our Quetzal. Maybe we'll get lucky. This is my first Quetzal. I have not pulled one until now. Kenji Noel, Gus, July, Def Blake, Beef, Noel, Moro, La Cobra, Taylor, or PR Hyde, Elmer, Hilly Billy, Decature, Taylor. So, you know, I just passed over Quetzal. Quetzal 8/6, fantastic 5-star card, stars on a 4-star card. Very good card. Definitely want to get him. Obviously, the price tag shows that. PR Hyde, Elmer, Hillybilly, Decature, Taylor, Vivian, La Iguana, Clive, great 4-star card we talked about earlier with the -3, but honestly, you can do just as good with Xaniax Rob at this moment. Sprinter, Lenora, Grouchy, Scarol, Harmonia, PR Cushing, great 3-star card as well. Very glad to get one of him. With the DR and the pills back, it just works out very well. El Cactus, Gum, Ratchek, Violet, Fastbender, Brutus, PR Balthazar. Oh, we ended the pack on a really good note. This was clearly the pack of all packs. We did not get Maana, Cercei, so PR Balthazar, Gemini, Farman, 4-star card, really not that good. You can do way better. Pendagrant, Sephora, Daphne, Rocket, Xaniax, Rob. Finally got my last one. I think that's 4. That's my third one. So I did buy another one a little bit ago, and it looks like his price has fallen a bit, but still very good card to finally get a hold of. But you know, the drop rates on these are insanely low, and that's very honestly disappointing compared to the way it used to be. So yeah, on all accounts, Tabasco Robin, here we go. On all accounts, honestly, if the pack drop rate still continues to be like this into the future, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be spending as much money, because you know, before I always felt like I actually had a chance to get these cards, and now after dropping 1,600, which is well more than a normal person would be able to spend, I have not gotten it. And you know, I understand you need to make rare cards rare. I get that. But you know, I'm not only buying with lots of credits, I'm also buying in the one pack that is designed to help give you the best chance. And of course, this one did show off quite well how it can turn out. Like, I got a Xaniax Rob and a Quetzal, but you saw me blow through all my other packs and I got nothing. So it's like, if I'm gonna have to start spending 2,000 credits just to get that one good pack that balances everything out, that's a really heavy investment and does not favor players that only want to spend a little bit of money that come into the game. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't have a good answer for you on how to deal with this, but I am really excited for these cards. I'm glad that I did manage to get at least one of each out of these packs, so very lucky there. I will not complain, but I am kind of worried about what I'm gonna potentially have to do in the future, because definitely not gonna be pulling a lot of these from packs, and it looks like I may be able to go for 3 months and not even 3 months and never pull Maana, Cercei. So we'll see though. It's too early to say that. Maybe that things will change, maybe the pack rates will be altered within a couple weeks. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, make sure to share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget to subscribe for more of my Urban Rivals videos. This is Xonia, and you've been in the zone.